Okay, what about this problem? Okay, it is similar with the previous problem, but the thing is your x is cosine function and your y is sine function, which means we're going to use the trig identity. Okay, let me give you the statement of trig identity here on the side. Okay, here we go. We will use cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equal to 1. Is okay? That is trig identity. Okay, so here we go. So let me write your parametric equation as the system form. Okay, your x is cosine t over 2 and y is sine 2. Okay, so when you multiply 2 on the first one, your cosine t is now 2x, right? Then we're going to plug in this guy into trig identity and also this guy into my trig identity, okay? Then my trig identity can be written by 2x squared plus y squared equal to 1. Is that okay? So this is Cartesian form, okay? So let's talk about a little bit more about this one, okay? So basically, this looks like circle, but this is not circle. This is ellipse, okay? So let me working on this one, then I can show you what happened, okay? 4x squared plus y squared equal to 1. And this 4, which is in the numerator, kind of numerator, right? And we can write this one as the reciprocal of your denominator. It is x squared over 1/4 plus y squared plus 1. That is ellipse, okay? So we're going to try to draw the graph of this one, okay? So basically your denominator is 1/4, which is equal to 1/2 squared, which means your x-intercept is -1/2 and plus 1/2, okay? And what about this one? Even if it is invisible, there is 1 on the y square, then 1 is 1 square, which means your y-intercept will be 1 and -1, okay? So your graph of this one looks like and this ellipse, right? But now let's talk a little bit more about this, okay? So we can talk about the direction of motion, okay? Here we go. So you have to choose two different t value, okay? But we're gonna say t is increasing, okay? As is mentioned in the problem, okay? So first of all, let's start from when t equals 0 because it's easy, okay? So where is your x component? Since x equal to cosine t over 0, cosine 0 over 2, okay? Since we know cosine 0 is 1, is 1/2, right? Then what y component at this moment? It is a sine 0, which is 0, okay? So at t equals 0, your point must be at this point, okay? So where is it? I'm talking about this point, okay? When t is equal to 0, okay? So since we are talking about trig function, it might be better to plug in something special value, for example, pi over 2, okay? Then when you plug in pi over 2, then x equal to, but again, you can plug in any other number, but this is much easier calculation without calculator, okay? Pi over 2 over 2. Then we know cosine pi over 2 equals 0, and that equals 0. And what y component is sine pi over 2, which is equal to 1. Is okay? So when t is equal to pi over 2, your point will be here. Is okay? I'm talking about this point. Okay? In the problem, they mentioned your t is increasing. So your direction is this way. Okay? In other words, your point is moving from that point to this point. Okay? So look at that in the graph, moving from here to here. So the motion direction is counterclockwise.